Hello, Artsies. Happy Sunday. I hope you're doing great. I wanted to get on here and show you my home studio. And I haven't made a video about it yet, but for me, last year I turned 50. And when I turned 50, for me, it had some life-altering type of decisions that I made. And one of them was about my creativity, and it's a reason why I started this YouTube channel, is to connect with other artsy people, with people loving and living their life, and things in my life that were working really well, things, education, people, relationships, and things that I needed to let go of to move into this next decade. Well, one of those things is I bought a new home and did not have a huge studio. I had a very large studio at one point, and make a space inside a room in a house, so to speak. So in it, there are several projects going. So welcome to my studio. And for a lot of creatives, one of the hard things is having to pull your items out, organize them, and put them back. And that becomes so tedious. So even if the space is small, it's nice to have dedicated space, and it stimulates your creativity. And that's what happened here. And my husband, that I refer to as Hunkalicious, because he is fantastic, and did a couple things for me in here, like the shelf up here that I can put the larger canvases on. And once I started using this space in the last couple of months, it has really done that. It has helped me. I also have objects and things in here that I find inspiring. So let me just give you a little tour. The room is probably, I don't know, like a big bedroom size in a regular type of house, like I am in a subdivision. And yet I was able to do some things in here that made it really usable. So I wanted to show those, and I will be making films from here. And one of the ideas I have for a YouTube space to have connection with creatives is, I love the idea of going live, and I have to have 50 subscribers to go live, and I think I have 25 now. And I know it's little and people go viral and all those things. That doesn't mean as much to me. I certainly just want to connect. And so, but that's awesome. We'll see how many people are out there, what YouTube does with my videos. I'm going to be making a lot of videos, and I'm thoroughly enjoying the fun of that. And that's awesome. So enough about me. Let me show you what I have going on in here. And so one of the things that happened when I turned 50 is my creativity had been set aside as I advanced in my career development. And although those things aren't mutually exclusive, I'm very blessed within behavioral health, and I'm pursuing other endeavors. And so I work full time and go to school. And if you feel lost in that adulting with your creativity, that's what happened to me. I have been a fine art painter. I still take private commissions. It's not advertised because I have so little time. And that used to be a main component of my life. And I'm also a musician, and all of these things take time. So in this place in my life, it didn't look like total abandonment. Not only do I need to work my job and pursue my education and partake in my benefits, that's what's best for me as an artist. I couldn't just say, oh, I'm going to throw caution to the wind. That's not what happened in my life, for good reasons, which I won't get into now. So I'm very happy here and working hard, and I love this space because I get to go in and just be me. So let me show you some of the things that I have going right now, and let's see if I can show you this way. So this is actually, I put in here things that inspire me. Race for the Harvest was one that I posted because I am a volunteer picker. Picker as in what? I pick in fruits and vegetables like a picker. And here in the Willamette Valley, we donate those proceeds to the Marion Polk Food Share. And when I can get out there, and we can keep half of them for ourselves. So that's a benefit to the pickers. And I love this event. I went and did a 5K, feeling all. I did a fast speed walk, which sometimes for me is harder than or I feel like I get in shape more than even just, you know, a slow jog. It was fantastic. Met an amazing lady, talked the whole time, made a new friend. Life is good. So for those of you that know me, and for those who don't know me, I love to cook. And I did to-go food out of my home for a time, worked a lot in the nonprofit realm. And so when I get a huge harvest, and if I keep some of the harvest for myself from being a picker, I will make fun things out of it. And a couple of years ago, I had 5 gallons of blueberries after I donated 2/3 of my blueberries. And so I still have some beautiful barbecue sauce. So that's a little about me, little about my life, little about the things you'll be seeing on this channel. And I put things in here that inspire me like that. And so here's the next part. So this table right here has fabric on it because, so I have a center table that's floating in here. I'm taking my auntie, I call her Auntie Pie, to the quilt festival, and I signed up the Sisters Quilt Show for classes for the first time for her and I. I can sew. I don't like to sew, but I love everything creative, and because I love her, I am doing a weaving class. So I'm going to have a video on that. So I picked out fabrics, a coordinating type of fabrics. I have to cut them into strips and ironing them. So that is what's on my table right now, as you can see. So let me pan the room right here. So you walk in and I have fine art, I have shelves, and high-low, and over here, an armoire, shelves up high, canvases, and different things. So I love this space. It has things in it I love, things that are me, and this afternoon I'm going to be cutting these strips. One of the things I'm going to do is, these are some clothes that I have. I'm going to be going through my clothes and trying to make some artistic, inspired, more boutique type of pieces from some of the clothes that, like, they look nice, but I maybe need a little custom tailoring. So my little sewing machine is out here. Some of those things I might be able to do for myself, but I also would like to partner with a local seamstress. So I've met with a local seamstress to help me put some garments together. So that'll be a fun project. That's in here. What else is in here? Let me show you this instrument for those that followed my video when I opened my channel. This is a nickel harpa. It's also called a key fiddle. And I really hope to write songwriting about it. The things that are on my heart have to do with working with an at-risk population in our state, the forensic psychiatric, and behavioral health. So songs that are sometimes about me processing what that is like, and for people that struggle with hurt, anxiety, trauma, and mental health disorders, and potentially crimes. Yeah, something about me. My soul is wanting to lean hard into that. Back here, that's a canvas, and I will do a lot of painting tutorials. I'm actually a single subject painting instructor. So I was a teacher in California, and when I moved to Oregon, I did not teach art any longer, and I love to teach art. So if you like things broken down, a lot of my videos have been overviews right now, but in all these processes, I'm going to break some things down, some great recipes, some great processes. But I also just like show and tell. I love to follow artists because I'm inspired by the things that they do and their story. Here's a painting behind me that has a long story to it, and it's been in storage for 10 years. And so I hung it up in here. So many of my things are in process. So we have painting in here. This was really a fun buy in the storage. So this right here is an old school entertainment center. And inside there would have been a table and a TV, but that white cupboard is a bed, a very nice queen size bed. And so in the cupboards are my fine art supplies. And that has worked really, really well in a space saving. So this is actually a spare bedroom. Who would want to come sleep in here? I don't know. We have guests that come from out of town. It just was a way I could utilize the space and still have it be really nice. Like the bed is really nice. Okay, that's a little bit about my studio. I want to show you one thing. So over here too. So on this list of this table, I keep things that inspire me. And I am kind of a tidy person in the sense it's hard for me to create. But these were some watercolor pictures I did in Italy. So Hunkalicious took me to, one of the things that happened on my 50th birthday is he took me to Florence. I had always wanted to go to Italy. Why would you not want to go to Florence? Between the Uffizi Gallery and I stayed near the Santa Croce. I mean, if you think this looks awesome, I was in a little apartment. It was so extraordinary to see the art, to see the history. It's really one of the birthplaces of the monastic. And I do impressionistic. So this is of the window that overlooked the street from a little apartment that I got on Airbnb. I wanted to have a more authentic urban experience than stay. I didn't want to drive out to Tuscany, although we did take a wine tour in a bus and that drove us all through Tuscany. Definitely was the way to go. Wasn't so fond of driving around the countryside. It wasn't really Dan and my jam, so to speak. That's Hunkalicious's name. We were there and we wanted to have a more urban experience. I live in wine country, don't get me wrong. It's still Italian wine country, but we had the experience we wanted to have. So we just took some tours and it was a really great choice. It was all done for you. And on my 50th birthday, I was on a food tour going around the city of Florence, trying all of the Florentine dishes. Like, it was amazing. This was another impression. So this is an olive tree. And down here, the brown at the base of the olive tree right there were burlap sacks. They were these... The plaza at the Santa Croce had an annual festival that lasted for a couple days, and they, on the pavers of the stone, they roll out grass and they bring in these huge, amazing olive trees. And so these experiences and these impressions I like to capture with the art. And these two paintings completely capture the feeling of what those trees. So it's strange in the sense that this huge tree is living in a burlap sack and the trunks are so thick, like they're huge, and they just haul them in, and so the Italian landscapers were up in that, bringing in the grass and the trees. So that's a little about what's in my art studio. I also love to give gifts. I think gift giving is an extraordinary extension of hospitality and kindness. I highly value it, and so I love to give gifts, and I love to create gifts. And so I have gift making supplies and things in that armoire. And of course, people purchase my artistry sometimes when they want to give a fabulous gift to other people. That has somewhat happened organically with my creativity as I'm just out in the world, and that's always fun. Just like my painting commission I just did and delivered to California. All right, friends, that's my studio. This is one in the room at the house. Today, I'm needing to cut some strips of fabric to go be with the fabric people. The fabric people are amazing people. I have made maybe a dozen quilts in my life. So the Sisters Quilt Show is just absolutely beloved. We are going to their event, and fabrics is a very feministic posture within the Academia of Fine Art. And what that means is that women a lot of time were told that their crafts were not fine art. What's the line? When is it crafty and when is it fine art? Well, as the century went down and we have Duchamp putting his toilet in the art gallery going, well, what is art now? And for those art history lovers like me, The feministic posture of art is that women didn't always have access to. They weren't allowed into those spaces. And so their art, be it fabric, and is art enough. And now in modern culture, that is not as prevalent in its misogyny. Let's call it what it is. And it's a space that women hold. And so what I love about the art festival, the quilt show, is that the women that come in from all over the United States, I'm sure the world, they're incredible fine artists with fabric, and their work is incredible. It's put up all over the town. And so the show sells out, and it's Auntie Pie's favorite thing, as she's an incredible quilt designer. So I'm going to go do a paint stamping class where you stamp on fabric. Even the instructions for the class I barely understand, so that'll be great to grow and show. And then I'm doing a fabric weaving. You take this tool and you weave these folded over strips together. So I will show that project. Right now I'm going to get to cutting, and I wanted to post a little longer video for those of you that want to hang out a little bit more. And then when I get to 50 subscribers, then I will start doing live videos with live projects. So if you want to see live videos from me, projects, and have like a creativity club, hit subscribe. It's one of the ideas I'm playing around with doing. And I care what people want to see, even though I'm kind of laid back and I just like to show everything, and just decided to turn on YouTube, start talking, and see what happens. Have a great day, and thanks for joining me at my studio. Bye.